Hi, in this playlist we're going to actually be using a revision guide. Now this is one of the new revision guides that's come out from Pearson. This particular one is the higher and it's a revision workbook, and there is also the accompanying revision guide as well. It's got lots and lots of topics in it, okay, so there's lots and lots of topics in here, all graded, all ones that you can have a go, and all are very, very similar to the kind of exam paper questions that you're going to come across very soon when you take a GCSE. So what we're going to do today in this video is we're going to look at the first page. So the first page is going to be question 1, which is going to be on factors and primes in this video, and then for the rest of this playlist I'm also going to look at the other questions on this. Please do follow the link below in the description. You'll be able to have a look at the Pearson website. They also have a really good app as well, so if you want to try the app, give yourself a little bit of additional practice with these sorts of questions, that's going to give you a lot of confidence when it comes to taking your GCSEs. Okay, so let's move on then with question number 1, which asks us to write the following numbers as products of their prime factors. Now, I will put these questions actually into the description, so please do have a look below if you want to follow it word for word. So the two numbers that we've been given are going to be 90 and 210. Okay, so 90 is question 1 and question 2 is going to be 210. Now I'm going to use a factor tree in order to do this, and there is an example given within the workbook. The way we could do it is we could say, well, actually a number that will divide into 90 is 2. We can actually halve 90, and that just makes it a little bit easier for me, so I'm going to halve it. I'm going to say, well, I got 45. Now the thing about 2 is that it is a prime number, so it's a factor and a prime number, a prime factor of 90. 45, well, that won't divide by 2, but it will divide by 3. Okay, so 3, and that's going to be 15. Okay, 15 again, it's not going to be divisible by 2, but again, will be divisible by 3. It's going to be 3 and 5. Now, the reason I put circles around these numbers is because all of them are prime numbers. So therefore, I can write that 90 as a product of its prime factors is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, and actually that would answer the question. Now it's perfectly acceptable, and some people do write it as 2 times 3 squared times 5, and that's perfectly fine. What I'm going to do is just check that. So if I say 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 3 is 18, and 18 times 5 is 90, so that must be absolutely correct. So what we're going to do is exactly the same method then when we're dealing with 210. So I'm going to say 2, 105. Okay, now again, it's an odd number, but I do know it's divisible by 3. 3 will go into 105 35 times. Okay, 35, again an odd number, not divisible by 3, but it is 5 times 7. Okay, both of which are prime numbers. So I can write 210 equals 2 times 3 times 5 times 7, and actually again that would be the correct answer for this question. Let's just check that. So 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 5 is 30, and 30 times 7, 210. Okay, so that's part A of this particular question. Hope that's okay for you. Part B asks us to calculate the highest common factor. So they want the highest common factor of 90 and 210. Okay, so the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use a Venn diagram in order to put these prime factors into kind of like a visual guide to what's going on with these two numbers. So here's my Venn diagram. Okay, and what I'm going to do is put 2 circles in there, and they're overlapping. If you're not sure about what I'm doing here, please do have a look on the channel. There are playlists on Venn diagrams. This particular circle here is going to be factors of 90. The second one is going to be factors of 210. Now let's just go back to our factor trees for the moment and have a look at what's going on. Well, actually 2 and 2 here are both common to 90 and 210, so I can actually put that into the middle bit. Okay, let's have a look at 3 and 3. Again, that's common, so I can put 3 in there, no problem. And then I've got 3 and 5 and 5 and 7. Well, 5 is common to both, so I can put 5 in the middle. So what's left is a 3 here, which goes into just 90, and then a 7 here, which goes into 210. So that deals with all the numbers on my factor tree. And then really to answer the question, it's a case of just looking back at the Venn diagram. So the highest common factor of 90 and 210 is these numbers in the middle here multiplied together. So it's going to be 2 times 3 times 5. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so the highest common factor of 90 and 210 is 30, and the lowest common multiple, which is part C of the questions of 90 and 210, is actually this, all of these numbers multiplied together. Well, you've already multiplied the ones in the middle, so I'm going to say, well, the ones in the middle are going to be 30, and then I've got a 3 and a 7 left, 3 and a 7 left. And if I calculate all of that together, 30 times 3 is 90, 90 times 7 is 630. So the lowest common multiple of 90 and 210, 630. Okay, that's it. I hope that's been helpful to you. Please do add a comment below if you're not sure about anything. I'll always come back to you. Have a look at the Pearson app. Also, have a look at the rest of the videos within this particular playlist, where we'll be looking at page 1 of the revision guide.